Hey everybody, it's Janice with Creating Through Chaos, and today we're going to make an Uncle Sam gnome. So I had this piece of scrap wood in my shed. It is 13.5 inches long by 5.5 inches wide. It's just a piece of scrap wood we had from a project. This is a paint stick, a small one, and I just cut off the ends. Some faux fur from Hobby Lobby, a half wooden bead, some striped scrap paper and some starred scrap paper, both are from Hobby Lobby, some white chalk paint and some Mod Podge, and I also ended up using a wooden star and another scrapbook paper, but you'll see that later because I changed my mind like I always do. So first you're going to paint the board, and I painted the whole board, front, back, sides, with the white chalk paint. You don't have to do this part, but I really just like the finished look, so I went ahead and painted the whole thing. Once I had that all painted, I painted my paint and stir stick with the chalk white also. Now they're both painted. We can start cutting our scrapbook paper. So the first thing I'm going to do is line up the paint stirrer stick, which is going to be the brim of his hat, on top of the starred paper. And then I cut that out. Then next I'm going to take the striped scrapbook paper and I'm going to lay it at the top about how far I want it down. And then I just rubbed the edges to make creases. And then I'm going to cut along those creases. And then I just cut some of the white fur to fit the bottom half where I wasn't going to put the scrapbook paper. And that can be all dependent on what you choose for your length of your beard versus the length of your hat. Next, I'm just going to Mod Podge that on to my paint stirrer stick. And that is the blue starred scrapbook paper. Next, I'm going to glue Mod Podge down the striped scrapbook paper on half of the board. Next, I'm going to use some hot glue and attach the beard to the bottom half of my board. And I cut my beard a little bit wider than the board. And I'm just going to hot glue the edges on so it wrapped around the sides. Now that both of those are attached, I'm going to now hot glue my paint stirrer right in the center of both of those. Next, I'm going to take my half bead. I'm going to move a little bit of the fur, and I'm going to hot glue it right below the brim of his hat. And here he is. And there's the back, all nice and finished. And then this is where I decided he needed something else. So I had this big wooden star and this scrapbook paper. So I laid the star on the scrapbook paper, and I laid it on the front, which I usually don't do, but I wanted to make sure I got Land of the Free and the little flag on the scrapbook paper perfectly aligned into the star. Once I had it all cut out, it's time to Mod Podge it onto the wooden star. Next, I just took that star and hot glued it up into the corner on the left-hand side of his hat. I put it at kind of an angle. And I really just think that added something to the hat. It looked really plain. I made a very small raffia bow, and I glued that onto the star. And then I added a little blue button. And I think that really just finished him off and made the hat look less plain. And I absolutely love the way he turned out. He is super cute and really super easy to make. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and thank you so much for watching, and please don't forget to spread the chaos.